Hi everyone, I am so excited to be here today to review Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2 by J.K. Rowling for you. This has felt like a never-ending wait that is finally here, and now it's here. I'm just like, oh, because I obviously devoured this in hours, and I'm like, I'm all done again. I'm all done with Harry Potter. And I'm back to that sad feeling. Remember that feeling when you finished book 7 and you were like, oh, it's so dumb. I've hit that again with this. But let's get straight into review. I just want to mention that this review will be totally spoiler free. I will not spoil anything for you. I'm not going to delve very deeply into the plot or the characters all that much at all, because I really feel like the best way to go into this is totally blind, and I can't wait to see what you all think. I absolutely loved it, but as ever, I always check reviews before I do my own reviews. And I've seen quite a few negative reviews where people have sort of referred to it as more like bad fan fiction. And obviously they're entitled to their opinions, but I definitely don't share their opinions at all. So first of all, I just want to mention that this is basically the script for the play that they are using in London. And it reads really easily, considering actually. Like, there's the first page, nothing too spoilery there for you. And there you can see we've got Act 1, Scene 2, and it continues on like that throughout. And it actually threw me a little bit at first. For the first maybe 20-30 pages, I needed a little adjustment period. So I was thinking, ooh, who's speaking now? Ooh, who's speaking now? What does the stage directions say? What's going on with the scene? What's going on with the setting? Who's speaking now? I was always checking that stuff, but I felt as I got further through, my eyes were sort of subconsciously taking that stuff in. I didn't have to make an effort to read that stuff anymore. And I just subconsciously knew it, and I was reading it, and I was well away, and I honestly felt like I was just reading a normal Harry Potter book in that sense by that point. I was just in my own little happy world of reading. And I will say that because this doesn't have chapters, because it is done in acts and scenes, it makes the book flow super fast. This was such a quick read for me. I probably read it in about 4 hours at most. It's just such a fantastically quick read, and it makes the plot always feel like it's always moving. The pace is just fantastic. And while the plot may be a little lacking in terms of other Harry Potter books, not in a bad way. I mean, like, this is designed to be on the stage, and so the story totally reflects that. You can't have some great big long massive forever really detailed story, because it needs to work on the stage. And I'm really excited to go and see this on the stage now. I've not got tickets. I wish I had. I will be trying to get tickets at some point in the future, because I am so curious to see how this works on the stage now. I'm so excited I can barely even form my words. I only finished this a few hours ago. But yeah, going back to the theme that some people thought this was bad fan fiction. Now I will say, like I said, the first 30 pages or so, it took me a while to get sort of used to the whole sort of play style of reading rather than reading a novel. Another thing that took me a little adjustment period was also that the beginning isn't the strongest. It jumps about a lot. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. It works for what's going to happen in the story, but you do feel like a lot is being left out for obvious reasons. It's a play. And I just feel like the jumping around doesn't actually help people get into the book. So if you do pick this up and you do struggle with the beginning because of that jumping around, just stick with it. It does steady out. Things do settle down a bit, although you do jump around periods of time throughout this book. It's not half as hectic as the first, say, 30 pages or so. It definitely calms down. I need to quickly share with you, while I remember, by the way, that literally on, I think it's the second page, so literally, like, you've barely even read a few words at this point, and I just got so many, like, original Harry Potter feels. I was like, oh, because they're taking the kids onto platform 9 3/4, and some of them are a bit nervous and excited, and Harry literally says, "Don't stop and don't be scared, you'll crash into it. That's very important. Best to do it at a run if you're nervous." And I was like, oh, Mrs. Weasley, that's exactly what Mrs. Weasley said to him. Best to take it at a run if you're nervous. And you'll find throughout this book there are just so many references to the original books. and so many characters make appearances or cameos or referred to, or the sort of little discreet little one-liners like that, and oh my goodness, it's just the ultimate feast for a Harry Potter fan, this book. You will just devour it, you will eat it up, and you will just feel so full and happy as if you've just eaten the best cake ever. It is quite a short book as well. Obviously you don't get an awful lot of words per page on this sort of layout, and it is only... This edition is only 330 pages, so it's a really quick, exciting new addition to the Harry Potter family. And I just want to say, just don't go into this expecting the whole Hogwarts experience in the Harry Potter kind of way, because obviously you're not going to get that. You do get to see some of the older characters, you do get to spend a lot of time with the new characters, so obviously Harry's kids, Hermione's kid, along with a few other characters. You will spot names that you recognise throughout, but it is its own sort of individual story, and it just, oh, the ending. Obviously I'm not going to discuss the ending in any way at all, because this is a spoiler-free video. You don't need to suddenly turn off, don't worry. But the ending, it just wraps everything up in such a neat little bow. You're not left with any questions at all. You can just read this and know that you're done. And that was a beautiful feeling, but also at the same time, the moment I finished this, I just wanted to cry. I was like, oh my god, I'm done with Harry Potter, I'm done with Harry Potter, I'm done with Harry Potter. I'm back to that feeling when I finished the Deathly Hallows. I'm done with Harry Potter. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my reading life now. I've been in such a reading slump recently, and I've been really struggling to pick anything up and stick with it. And I picked this up last night after work, and I'd finished it by this morning, and it was great to feel that feeling with reading again. This creates the same feeling that you get through the other Harry Potter books, where you just can't stop reading. And you can imagine everything going on. The world is so vivid. Everything that's happening is so vivid in your imagination. You can see it all happening in front of your eyes almost. And then it's over. And I don't feel like I can read anything else now. I just want to either reread this over and over and over again, but I've promised to lend it to a friend. I don't like lending books, but I trust her. I promised to lend this to a friend. And it's just made me want to reread the entire Harry Potter series again. And I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. Comment down below if you think I should reread the Harry Potter series again, because I've actually only read the Deathly Hallows once. I've read the Half-Blood Prince twice, I think, and then I've read all the others several times. But I think it'd be nice to reread after reading this, because this does touch on events that happen in the original series, and then maybe read this one again after all of them. I don't know. But I've got so many other books I need to read, story in my life, so many books, not enough time in my life at all to read them all. So comment down below if you think I should read them all again, or whether I should man up and read some of my other billions of books that I need to read. If you're planning on picking this book up as well, please comment down below with how excited you are. If you've already finished it like me, feel free to discuss the book with me down below. If you want to talk spoilers, I'm happy to do that, but please just label your comment as spoiler so that people know to dodge our posts, basically. But thank you so much for watching this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see other book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye!